It's quite high up though on your list then.
Very high. For films from 2015.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Next film on our list.
Hold on, you didn't ask me if I've seen Legend.
Have you seen Legend?
No, next film.
Have you actually not seen it?
You didn't. I said I want to go see it with you, and you didn't go with me.
Oh my god, I'm so
You
sorry.
came home, and I was like, "How was the film?" And you went, "It was amazing." And I was like, "Right."
We will watch it.
I've got another Tom Hardy film which you haven't seen now. It's called Child 44.
Oh yeah.
Is that from
I was
this
gonna
year?
see that.
Yes, it came from
He
this
did,
year.
wait, he did 3 films in 1 year.
He probably did like 4.
Yeah.
Is this his prodigal year? Is he...
No, he just does a lot of work.
He does a lot of work.
He
Yeah.
doesn't fucking slouch around and do podcasts. It's about him going. He's a Russian spy. No, he's a Russian policeman. But in the Soviet Union, back in the day, they couldn't say the communist system killed people, so murders technically didn't exist for a long time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, does that make sense to anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that happens, and he's married to Naomi Rapace, who's the actress from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh.
She's really good. She's in Prometheus as well. If you've seen that. And
Don't sound too happy about that film.
what, Prometheus?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was a bit of a flop, wasn't it? It was
Great.
very
We're
widely...
not talking about Prometheus.
Sorry.
And there
Move on.
was, and there was, and he's like, oh, I think there's a mass murder going on, and they're like, shut up. So they keep moving to different factories because they're not cities in Russia; they're just factories, and it's really grey. Everything's all muddy. Everyone shows elbows and stuff. I think there's like a rape scene in it.
Like the girl
And
with the
then-
dragon tattoo.
Oh no, there isn't a rape scene. Not like that anyway. It's like implied rape.
Oh, okay.
And then Gary Oldman's in it.
Oh,
There's a bit of-
Gaza Oldman.
Gaza Oldman.
What does he play? Is he the...
He's everyone's a
amazing.
is he
fucking
the head?
Russian.
Is he the head of the
He's like
police?
no one's happy in that film.
Well, it's because it's set in communist
They're like,
Russia.
I don't
though.
want to be here. I want you to. God, there's no such thing as. Bleh. It was just that sort of thing. But all these actors who don't look Russian look British, and you're like, oh, they look British. You can just tell.
Gary
They don't-
Oldman played the Russian terrorist
Air
in
Force One.
Air Force One.
He was the voice of a Russian dude in Call of Duty as well.
Yeah, he was in the Spetsnaz chat.
There you go.
So that's Legend talked about, and a bit more.
While
Oh,
on
I-
the topic of Tom Hardy, though, we missed Mad Max.
Well, I guess that will finish.
Mad
it.
Max, that was a game that came out this year. It was incredibly popular. It got
you play the
raving reviews. I haven't. It's one of the only AAA titles I haven't played this year.
Yeah. The film was great.
The film was good. The game was also very good.
I heard the
reception
walking
was
on that is a bit funny, though. And
well,
you try picking up objects and it takes
yeah,
you half
It
an
turns
hour.
into that like you remember on the computers you got that sprinting game, and as soon as you walk, you fall over.
Quap.
It becomes that. Yeah,
Yeah.
quap.
Yeah.
But yeah, the film was amazing. That would also get probably 9 out of 10.
No.
It's up there.
Okay. All right.
It was great. If you love pointless storylines and fuck tons of action, it's
No, it's,
brilliant.
I think for a Mad Max film, it was fucking amazing. I loved
Because
it.
the original
we
Mad
watched
Max
it
was
together.
very
Yeah, we did. I went to the cinema with you.
It was
Oh my
amazing.
god, it was amazing.
It was based in it's based in Australia, isn't it? And everyone's run out of petrol.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a bit like My World from the Future, Doug, where I hoard all the petrol and everyone has to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I've told you about that as well.
Yeah,
haven't I?
I heard this.
So she's
Going
in on this
far.
game. Well, did you know the guy who made Mad Max, the new one, he made the original first 2.5 Mad Max films. Back then, because of exploitation films, because that was a thing back in the day, and it was made in Australia, they were
Would you
called.
like to explain what exploitation films are?
They were like cheap grindhouse movies full of gore and cheap effects. Generally, like chainsaws and prostitute sort of films.
Got it.
You know, in Australia they're called Ozploitation films, so that's officially the genre.
I've
Okay.
heard of that.
And Mad Max 2. Have you actually heard that?
I've heard of Ozploitation, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mad Max is probably the most famous ones. First one is really weird, doesn't hold up, I don't think. Second one's great, if you've seen that. That's the one with the villain's called Gigantor or something. He's got like a big, I
Gigantor.
can't remember, he's got a weird name. And then the third one's Beyond Thunderdome, which has the soundtrack by a woman who's famous.
Oh, what a famous woman. Is it
God, it's gone-
Beyonce?
No, it's I can't remember. She's someone. She's in the film as well, and it has the guy, and he's called Master Blaster. And there's like a big guy, and he's got like a helmet and stuff, and then there's like a little guy in the back. He's like Master Blaster, yeah. And then turns out he's a guy with ADHD or something. I can't remember. And then after he made those films, he made Babe 1. Then he made Babe 2 Pig in
Wow.
the City, which he won the Oscar for, which is fucking good film. And then he made Happy Feet 1 and 2.
Oh my god, Happy Feet!
And then he went back and made Mad Max Fury Road.
Wow.
And I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
There
That was
wasn't
brilliant.
there was not enough story to get in the way of the action, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was just it was perfect Mad Max.
But it was quite a pointless storyline.
It was Mad Max 2 remade.
Yeah.
That's
but
what it
very
was.
pointless, but
No,
really good action.
there was a point to it.
Well, they go all this fucking way to just turn around and come back again.
Well, their plans changed when they met
Plans change.
when they met Wonder Woman.
That, well,
the
that's
woman
ba-
in the
that is-
tower.
that's
she
the
was
plot to
Wonder
Finding Nemo as well. And
They
that's
go
an
all this
incredibly
way
good
Woman.
just
film.
I haven't seen Finding Nemo. Don't
What?
tell me that.
No.
What the fuck?
Some
Spoiled the
facts,
biggest
some good
gap in
facts
my film.
about Mad Max. You said it was bad. It's
No,
budget,
I
well,
said
no,
it-
you said it was a.
I said it didn't hold up,
Yeah, it was 350,000 to 400,000 Australian dollars.
which is like
In
handfuls
modern
of mud.
money, the Australian dollar is 2 to 1 to the pound. So for every pound you get $2.
Yes.
I don't know what it was like back then, but the box office it got 100 million US dollars.
Did you know when the first one came out? Even though it's all in English, it's all so Australian, the slang. They actually had to redub it in
They had to
America.
put subtitles on for the
Mhm.
English.
And then they didn't officially release it in America. So when the second one came out, they just called it Mad Max: The Road Warrior. And in Australia, I think it was called The Road Warrior or something like that. So there was like a mix of what the first one was.
Oh, okay.
And Philip Adams condemned Mad Max, saying it had all the emotional uplift of Mein Kampf, and would be a special favourite of rapists, sadists, and child murderers.
Wow.
It's my favourite film of the year.
It did win one or two awards.
It brought Mel Gibson famous, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
It sort of
This is-
launched him into
For-
it,
for
which is now one of his,
1979.
which is probably his best role as a rapist and sadist.
For a 1979 film that has actually made it onto the big screen in 2015, I think that's quite,
It's not
quite
bad, not
successful. It's a successful franchise. It was even made into a game. That's how successful it was.
I think there was more than one game.
Oh, I'm sure they were. They were terrible.
Mad Max on the Super Nintendo.
Right, next film has got a word written next to it. Pan.
And it says worst film ever.
Tell me all about Pan.
I don't even want to. I actually fell asleep through some of it.
Would you like
Was this
to?
at the cinema?
So
No.
Pan is the reboot
yeah.
of Peter
No,
Pan.
the gritty reboot.
The
Gritty
gritty reboot of Peter
reboot.
Pan. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it looked quite nice.
I
But
thought
the
it looked
fairies, the graphics was quite.
It was terrible.
Was it?
It was absolutely terrible. They even took a Nirvana song and fucking ruined it.
Oh, I heard that.
I was not happy.
I heard they
did
did
all
that.
the children sing the Nirvana song?
Yeah, like what context do they know this song? Why are they singing it?
Maybe Kurt Cobain.
What's going on?
Maybe Kurt Cobain was so troubled because he used to be a child and he went
Also,
to the real world and he was
huge-
like, I want to be
he-
young
actually-
again. Put the gun in
Huge
his-
Jackman. Huge Jackman.
Is he in it?
He's in it.
He's the villain.
He's the
Wolverine's
he's the
in it.
pirate.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
No, he's
not
not
Captain
Captain
Hook.
The Alligator
He's-
King.
I
Blackbeard.
was going to call him
Blackbeard?
Blackface. Yes,
Blackbeard.
I
Wait,
hope so.
Blackbeard's the enemy in Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Well, that's flopped. Hasn't it?
Captain Hook is some like Indiana Jones ripoff that runs around helping people.
I remember a scene from the trailer. It's Pan talking to, I don't know whether it's Captain Hook or Blackbeard now, but he's talking to one of them, and they like him. They're praising him as being like, oh, the prodigy. But then he says he's got to kill him or something.
But is there a prophecy? Is there another one of those films with a prophecy?
I fell asleep through half of it, so I don't really know.
So
Well-
that half you stayed awake, what happened?
It was shit.
Did
So
you see the end?
Vaguely, there was a lot of like flying.
Credits, lots of words just came up. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going on.
But there was like some really pointless scenes. Like at the beginning, it's set in like World War II, I think it is. But and then
Sounds like Chronicles of Narnia.
the
Sounds
Yeah,
like-
there's a pirate ship, and I swear the only reason they set it in World War II was so they could get fighter planes to battle this flying pirate
that
ship.
happens.
That happens.
there's
So-
a flying pirate ship.
There's a flying pirate ship,
That happens.
and there's some
anyway.
fighter planes, and they have like an air battle.
So
Well,
they're
that sounds
shooting Germans.
amazing.
They shoot Germans down.
Are you telling me the Nazis die in this film?
I can't remember.
Are you saying that the villain of the film kills Nazis?
And is a villain. Well, there we are.
Yeah.
Wow,
somehow,
that's a bold
somehow a
stuff.
film has managed to.
Make Nazi hunters the villain.
It was a bad film though.
So, what's your view of the first half and very end of Pan?
Two
Two shits.
shits.
That is bad. That's even worse than 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Audience, did you see it?
No.
From what she says, would you watch that film?
No.
But it has Hugh Jackman. It has Kate Mara's sister.
I like the Neverland one with Robin Williams in it. Is that
Oh, that's
is
so
that
great. Captain
That's
Hook.
I love
that's not
that
cool.
one.
He's hung himself from a tree. He's just dangling around, and you're like, he can fly.
We're now going to hear a word from our sponsors. The scariest horror film of 2015. Come closer.
Come closer.
I'm
Come
Coming
closer,
closer.
audience.
Woo!
Do you want to
Hello.
sit on me?
Okay, I'll come sit on you.
You can hear them all rustling,
Shit.
all 10 of them. They're,
Hello.
Oh,
Jesus, the
There's so
smash is
much- oh.
shit. Oh, fuck.
Quite. All right. Talk.
Okay, so this year saw a good horror film called The Gallows. Pretty interesting. Based in a theatre at a high school. The kids get locked in and shit goes down. Lots of people get hanged. And it's, pretty good. Worth a watch.
There we go.
Wait,
Definitely.
is that the whole plot?
No, there's...
Is it like an accident, or is it like
Accident.
an accident?
No, it feels a bit like it's a curse. I can't really remember it. I was kind of hiding
It was
under
so
my
good
jumper.
that she can't remember the film.
No, it's good. I
She
can't.
was
Yeah, so
scared.
scared.
She saw the corner of the film, and that corner was pretty good.
So if any of you are interested in horror films,
This might be a recommendation.
this might be a recommendation,
Yeah.
and so might our next film, Crimson Peak.
It's not a recommendation.
Okay, Doug didn't like it.
I didn't hate it. It was
Doug
alright.
dragged all his
Oh my
friends
god,
to go and
I
see
loved
it.
it because I got to see Tom Hiddleston's ass.
Oh yeah, you loved that, didn't you?
That
Was that the Crimson Peak?
That was the Crimson Peak.
That
Okay.
was. Oh, hello.
I actually know the plot for this film. I haven't seen it, but I know the plot.
Just take a guess.
No, I know what.
No, just take a guess. It's
Right.
fine.
Okay. After the words Crimson Peak, I'm gonna guess that there's a house that's called Crimson Peak. Tom Hiddleston lives there with his sister. I got confused
Her sister.
about Tom Hiddleston's gender there. His
He's also a
sister.
transvestite.
Well, he is in his next film, The Danish Woman.
No, that's not him.
Oh, is that not him? Oh dear.
That's Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne.
Hey, fun fact, right? He won an Oscar last year for Best Actor, and Julianne Moore won the Best Actress Oscar. And I saw them in a film where she fucks him, and that's her son, like an incest movie. So it's a bit awkward that they won the
Well,
Oscar at the
that's
same
probably
time.
why I got them confused. Because also in Crimson Peak, there's an incest backstory.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh, hold on. There's a woman and a man, and there's another woman, and both women are engaging with the man, and one of the women has
Where's
to
this
stay there
going?
against her will. It's just and then
To the depths of
and
Cornwall.
there were ghosts.
Was it in Red Ruth?
There were ghosts. It's a fantastic film written by Quentin Tarantino. No, I'm getting shakes of heads.
Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro, that's it. Tarantino Del Toro.
They're
Very-
so
very
fucking
similar.
similar. Yeah.
Very similar
One
names.
did Pacific Rim, the other one did Reservoir Dogs. Very similar films.
Very similar films.
Pacific Rim.
So
Idris
robots
Elba's,
fighting-
yeah,
Good
Idris,
film,
Idris
good
Elba's
film.
It's
film
fine.
career kicked off.
What?
Well, Idris Elba was his first big film, was it? Pacific Rim?
No.
What was his first
He
big
did
film?
Pan's Labyrinth, Devil's Backbone,
Hold on, Idris
Hellboy
Elba
1
was
and
in.
2.
Hold on, Idris
The
Elba was in Pan's
Orphanage.
Labyrinth.
He did Pan's Labyrinth.
As who?
He was the director.
No, he wasn't in it, was he?
He wasn't in any of his films.
Oh
He's
my
a big
God,
chubby
guys.
guy.
No, but he was
Guys.
in. he
Moving
was in
on!
Moving on,
Pancreas.
guys.
No, Pacific
Moving
Rim,
on.
Pancreas.
Come on now.
Oh, sorry, yeah, we'll
Guys.
cut that bit.
yeah,
Fuck that.
yeah.
The next film,
Idiot.
the second penultimate film
You
on
fanny.
our list.
Wait, it's not penultimate, is it?
Oh wait, no, the next film on our list. I can't remember the name of. Where's your list?
Spectre.
Spectre.
It's balls.
This is the
To quote.
fourth in the
Wiki
James
Planet.
Bond, Daniel Craig saga. Does Daniel Craig get naked in it?
I don't know. I haven't watched it because it was that shit.
Yeah, not seen it.
I liked it.
Doug saw it. Doug liked
It's
it.
fine. That's what in the cinema. It's pretty good.
I saw half of it on a train and never watched it again.
It's just like going past the window.
Yep. Completely legal cinema train. class.
Legal cinema train. Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
did not love it.
You didn't like Sky.
Spectre.
Spectre. Yep.
Oh my
I saw it in
god.
the cinema. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Right.
Okay, it was
Tell me
good.
why he had a really shit costume right at the beginning. It's Daniel Craig. He
It's
could have
a-
had a better costume.
I think it's a reference to one of the old James Bond villains from Roger Moore days. Actually.
Okay. Crap costume. His mask was cool, but I didn't like what he was wearing.
Did you like the whole beginning scene though?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
That was interesting,
There's
but
lots of skulls.
it was well
That
shot.
great.
It was
Oh,
Birdman
cute.
styled. Oh, and I guess you haven't seen Birdman, have you?
No.
No.
Where it's like
Yes,
where the
yes.
whole film's like
Good,
one
good.
shot sort of thing, but they keep cutting it obviously.
We can't talk about Birdman because it was
Oh, yeah, it's
2014.
when-
Oh,
No,
okay,
it's
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've not gone at all off the list at
Well,
any
I
point in
wasn't-
this.
I wasn't
no
18
worries.
in
All right,
2014.
never mind.
My life hadn't begun yet.
You know, the only time I've never been allowed into a film because of my age was, funny enough, Spider-Man. And the weird thing
What
was,
film?
I'd seen it, and then I went to watch it again. My dad was like, well, we might as well fucking take you. So our whole family decided to go to see Spider-Man. I don't know why. And then they wouldn't let us in because I was
with
11.
an adult. You're allowed to go to.
This was before 12A.
Uh,
This
Oh,
is just 12.
I'm
This
old.
was
12
just,
days.
This is
Doug is
just before.
so old. Uh,
I remember Jumanji at the cinema.
you remember Jumanji Cinema?
Mm-hmm.
Good lord, that was Robin.
And Toy Story.
Robbie
Williams.
Robbie
The
Williams.
dead
Williams.
singer.
I've seen the beginning of Jumanji while I was babysitting someone once.
Do you know,
Anyway.
I used to babysit people.
I
That's how you
can't
speak.
know.
What?
And there was one in particular. This is Spanish people, and I don't remember what I was there looking after the kid, and they went to bed whenever. I didn't give a fuck. And they had gone out.
Jumped off the balcony. Who
Whatever.
cares?
It's not my job. It's not my jurisdiction to get out of the house.
Were you ever asked to babysit again?
Well, there was nothing to babysit. It's gone.
There's nothing left.
I put it in the bin. They didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
But I was watching the History Channel. And I was doing some drawing or something. I think I was at school. I think, and I was just doing art homework. And there was a History Channel thing on, and it was about the Holocaust or something horrible like that. And the parents came in, and they were like, "Okay, how was it?" I was like, "Yeah, fine, you know." They went, "Oh, the Holocaust." Yeah, and they just started watching it with me, and I was like, "I want to go now." I didn't feel comfortable watching the Holocaust with strangers.
Tell
You
me how
paid
this
for me to
links
get
to
there.
Spectre right now.
It's a Holocaust in your mind.
Okay, done.
It's worse than the Holocaust in your mind.
No.
Daniel
so
Craig kills
bad.
people.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, kills people.
Daniel
There was
Craig
there was a
killed
potato shortage during the Second World War. There wasn't enough good potatoes in that film.
Daniel Craig had to donate his face.
Big, horrible potato-shaped man.
people.
Oh my god, wait! Andrew Scott was in this film.
Hold on, Andrew Scott
Oh.
as in the
As in,
antagonist from Sherlock.
Yes.
Alright,
Oh,
that was
I-
the
I've
best.
That was
I've
a good.
heard- I've
No,
heard
that
he's
was a
in
good
that.
thing. It's 2016, but well, Sherlock, the
Look,
Sherlock
We'll
special.
talk about that when we get the
Oh,
coming up
oh,
in the
sorry.
future.
Okay.
But in the
sorry.
past.
you've done it wrong
Sorry.
again.
I didn't like him as the villain in Sherlock, by the way. I didn't like him as Moriarty.
Get out.
Get out.
No,
Leave
fuck
this
you.
Might be your
place.
podcast, but fucking leave.
Oh, well, I guess
Let's
I'm
all calm down. I'm not going to have arguments on my show.
She stole my podcast. She stole my whiskey, and now my dignity.
The
Andrew's
the audience
not
is going to return to their seat now on the back of the room.
Simmering down.
Simmer down.
The final film on our list.
Oh, I like Spectre. Did we say that?
Right. Okay.
Yes,
Doug.
I think-
Doug
Do you want to know
liked-
what happened in the film?
I know
No,
what
we
happened in the
don't.
film.
I don't want to know because I need to finish it at some point.
Oh,
I
One
know.
more
I
time.
know that there's a very good twist.
Oh my.
You know,
is
the-
there?
Yeah. The about the character we've just been talking about.
Who? Oh, him? No,
He's evil.
Is there? He looks evil on the
Oh.
poster.
Oh, you all know.
He's evil, isn't he?
Oh,
He's
I've
okay.
got a
seen the
horrible
film. I
evil
know
plan.
it.
You
Well,
can
I haven't,
tell.
Because at the start he goes, "I'm the villain."
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know what film does that? Flubber. The villain comes up to Robbie Williams and says, "I'm going to take your job and your
Robin.
wife."
Robin.
And
Williams.
Robbie Williams,
Robbie?
the singer.
Robbie Williams, the dead singer.
You can't sing for shit nowadays.
Alright, last film. Last film.
One film.
I've got another film as well, which you haven't mentioned.
Did Paddington not come out this year?
No, that was
No,
the year before.
year
Oh,
before.
well, I'm that far behind.
Not that.
I did see another film. Which
Oh,
which
hold
isn't
on.
on your
No,
list.
we've missed one.
Ooh. What?
Fantastic Four.
Oh.
That was a superhero film that came out this year.
We should-
Yeah, but we haven't watched it
No, I haven't seen it either.
because it was that terrible.
I really, really want to see it.
But I want to see it just
I
for the
really
lols.
want to see
I have a
it.
feeling it got single digits on one review board. Kind of an out of
Yeah.
100 review board.
It did worse than Catwoman.
It was.
And I
it
saw
was
Catwoman at the
apparently
cinema.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is why we didn't mention it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Moving on.
I did see that Mr. Holmes film, the
I feel
Sherlock
like-
Holmes film,
Oh, yeah, I wanted to watch
with Ian
that.
McKellen, and he's like an old man,
Yeah,
and he's
it's meant to be
forgetting.
good.
It's really good. I really liked it. I saw that in the cinema.
I feel like we should
Yeah.
dedicate a whole episode to Fantastic Four once we've watched it.
Well, all of them. We're gonna have to watch all four Fantastic Four films.
That one, the shit one.
Maybe we should watch the 1980s Fantastic Four film, the Roger Corman one, which is super cheap, which was never released. We can get it in DevCon. I've seen it advertised there.
Yeah.
And the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh my god, yes.
And then, which I've seen. And I watched every Star Wars film in the last few months, including the Ewok movies.
Oh my.
Did you know those existed?
No.
One of them's called Caravan of Courage, and they have to fight a giant spider.